Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here. Today, we're going to shine a massive spotlight on something that affects pretty much all of us. We're uncovering those tiny, almost invisible financial leaks that are just quietly, day by day, draining your wallet and impacting your financial future. We aren't talking about massive, life-altering catastrophes here. No, we're talking about those sneaky little things that just fly right under the radar.
So I want you to imagine a scenario for a second. Imagine opening up your bank account right now, looking at your yearly summary, and realizing you've lost over $1,000 this year. $1,000 just gone. And the real kicker? It didn't happen because someone hacked your account. It didn't happen because you made some terrible investment in the stock market. Nope. It happened through a series of tiny, seemingly harmless mistakes.
Okay, let's dive into this. That negative $1,000 is actually a massive systemic issue. Millions of Americans are making these exact same mistakes every single month without even realizing it. Because, individually, a fee here or a charge there doesn't really seem like a big deal. But together, they're literally pulling money right out of your pocket. So today, we're going to break down the 7 specific leaks causing this, and way more importantly, how to actually plug them.
First up, category number 1, the passive drains. These are your silent financial leaks. Now, passive drains are absolutely the sneakiest because they drain your bank account without any active effort on your part whatsoever. I mean, $10 a month seems completely harmless, right? But ask yourself, how many free trials have you signed up for recently? Maybe it was a streaming service just to binge that one specific show, or a fitness app you swore you were going to use every morning, or maybe just some extra cloud storage. You sign up, you totally forget to cancel, and bam, you keep paying month after month. How many of those apps did you actually open this month? And this brilliantly illustrates the compounding cost of those passive drains. And honestly, the math is shocking. If you have just 5 of those unused subscriptions, which by the way is incredibly common, that $10 suddenly transforms into a massive $600 a year. Literally $600 of your hard-earned money spent on things you aren't even using. A super simple habit to fix this leak is to just regularly review your active subscriptions and ruthlessly cut the ones you don't truly use. And that brings us to another massive passive drain, the high-interest debt trap. Now, let's be super clear here. Credit cards are incredibly useful financial tools. We definitely aren't here to fear them. We want to use them responsibly. But if you're carrying a high-interest balance and you're just making that minimum payment every month, you've got a massive leak on your hands. That minimum payment keeps the account current, sure, but that high interest is secretly accumulating in the background, making things drastically more expensive over time. So creating a plan to pay down that principal, that frees up so much money for your actual goals. Next up on our passive drains list are those invisible culprits like hidden bank fees. We're talking monthly maintenance fees, out-of-network ATM charges because you needed cash in a hurry, overdrafts, foreign transaction fees. Individually, you probably just brush them off. $5 here, $10 there. But over an entire year, those charges rapidly stack up to a really substantial sum. The absolute easiest way to plug this leak is getting into the habit of actually reviewing your monthly bank statement. Honestly, you might be shocked at the fees you're paying, and sometimes simply switching to an account with fewer fees makes a world of difference. Moving on to our second category, the psychological traps. These are your active shopping mistakes. So unlike passive drains, these are active behavioral mistakes we make when shopping. Retailers use incredibly powerful psychological tricks against us. It sets up this classic battle, the sale price mentality versus the full price question. Have you ever bought something just because it was 50% off in some limited time flash sale? It gives us this huge rush, right? It totally feels like we're saving money. But here's the harsh reality. If you didn't need the item in the first place, you didn't save 50%. You spend 100% of money you shouldn't have. Financially successful people actually counter this by asking one super powerful question. Would I still buy this if it were full price? If the answer is no, well, it's a trap, not a bargain. Let's actually look at how this plays out in everyday life. Put yourself in this scenario. You walk into a grocery store and you are starving. You didn't make a plan, everything looks absolutely amazing, and before you know it, your cart is just overflowing. Families end up spending so much extra money exactly this way. To stop overspending without a plan, try these 3 actionable steps. Number 1, create a shopping list before you go. Number 2, compare prices while you're actually in the aisle. And number 3, just completely avoid those strategically placed impulse buys right at the checkout counter. Saving a little bit every grocery trip, that adds up significantly over a year. Let's move to and see how this builds. Category 3, the convenience tax, paying extra for ease. Look, we live in a crazy busy world and convenience is genuinely valuable. But we really have to recognize that we're paying a premium for it. Think about the daily coffee run on the way to work, those food delivery apps, express shipping because we want it tomorrow, and ride sharing for short trips we could probably just walk. Now, none of these are automatically bad. Convenience isn't a villain here, but how often are you paying extra just because it's the path of least resistance? It's all about balance, you know? Sometimes paying for convenience makes perfect sense, but other times spending just a little extra time planning ahead, like, say, brewing coffee at home or cooking a simple meal, saves a surprising, and I mean substantial amount of money. All right, this brings us to the big one, the ultimate money leak, the biggest failure.
We've covered 6 hidden money leaks so far, but this right here is the biggest systemic failure of them all. Money has this funny way of disappearing when no one is paying attention to it. It's a pretty stark reality. I mean, if I ask you right now how much you earn, you probably know the exact number, right down to the dollar. But if I ask, hey, how much did you spend last month on food or shopping or entertainment, most people just draw a complete blank. And it's not because they don't care, it's because they literally never track it.
So the crucial point is you absolutely do not need complex spreadsheets or crazy expensive budgeting software to fix this. 10 minutes. That is literally all it takes. Spending just 10 minutes once a week reviewing your expenses helps you start to spot patterns. And here's the real magic. Once you notice a pattern, you finally have the power to change it. Awareness is honestly your absolute strongest financial weapon. Which leads us perfectly into the 1% rule. How to improve your finances weekly. This is such an empowering, low-friction habit to help you regain total control of your financial future without feeling totally overwhelmed. Just imagine improving your finances by just 1% every single week. Cancel just one unused subscription. Avoid just one unnecessary impulse purchase. Pay a little extra toward that high-interest debt. Compare prices before you hit buy. Cook just one more meal at home this week. Look, none of these small actions are going to make you wealthy overnight, for sure. But repeated consistently, these small, smart decisions compound to create incredibly meaningful financial progress over time. Financial success is rarely about one giant home run decision. It's all about these little habits. Now, what's really interesting about this is the much bigger picture here. So many people believe the absolute secret to wealth is simply earning a higher income. And sure, making more money certainly helps, obviously, but keeping more of what you already earn is just as critical. Think of your money like a bucket. If that bucket has small holes, the leaks we talked about today, pouring in more water by getting a raise won't completely solve the problem. You're just going to lose water faster. The very first step to actual financial security is finding and fixing the leaks in your bucket. I really want to reassure you as we wrap up today, absolute perfection is not the goal here. The goal is simply awareness, because awareness leads to better choices, and better choices become better habits. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed, just remember this simple process. Step 1, start with just one leak. Step 2, master it. And step 3, move to the next. You absolutely do not have to fix all 7 money leaks today. Start small, get it under control, and just let those consistent improvements work their magic for your future. To finish up, I want to leave you with a direct challenge. Which money leak surprised you the most, and which one are you going to fix first? I really want you to think about that and take some action today. If you enjoyed this explainer and want more simple, practical lessons to decode your dollars, make sure to subscribe. Drop a like if this helped you out, and let us know your answer down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.